You know who it is, and you know what time it is. Time to piss off some feminists, trad cucks, and whoever don't want to know the truth. Oh well, let's get started. What is going on, gents? It's R.P.M here, reporting from Mobile Command. Gentlemen, Clown World just got a whole lot funnier, because what I'm about to share with you is snake oil of the highest caliber. Now, if there's one thing that we know about women in general, is they will see one woman do something that is outright extreme, but then they will turn right around and say, well, if she did it, then I should be able to do it. No matter what the variables for that one woman is, they completely skip those. Now, here's a clear example of what I mean. There was recently a woman who gave birth at 57. Now, when you look at the intricate details of her life, one, she's married. Two, she led a very active life. Three, she could ultimately afford all of the extra costs that came with said pregnancy. However, in my opinion, having a child at 57 is extraordinarily selfish of her. But, as usual, I looked in the comments section and there were women saying, well, maybe, I could be able to do this. Now, getting off of that, however, that example leads me into this article that I have to share with you guys. Now, this article was published on the 8th of April, and the original article was posted on scarymommy.com, which is a dumpster fire for female empowerment. Just saying. New research shows an increase in women's reproductive lifespan. Wow. As I said before, this is snake oil of the highest quality. A new study shows that the reproductive lifespan for women has increased by more than 2 years. Gentlemen, it's over. It's a wrap. Oh, man. Just sit down and enjoy whatever beverage you're having, because this is going to be hilarious. Because we all know that fertility wall will come. They will hit that wall. Those fertility windows will slam shut like time locks in a bank. But gotta keep feeding these women hope. With long-held messaging from the medical community that the optimal time for a woman to safely achieve and carry a pregnancy is in their 20s, with fertility beginning to decline past 30, and pregnancies past 35 considered geriatric or high risk. It's understandable for those who aren't quite sure of their future plans to feel uneasy about the whole situation. Gentlemen, it truly does not matter in the end. And I'm going to explain what I mean by that when I'm done with this article. New research published in the Journal of the American Medical Association might help put you at ease, because it seems like the average reproductive years for U.S. women may be increasing from 35 to 37.1, a bump of more than 2 years. Now, I would really love to see the story behind this, the actual research, but as we all know, when it comes to women in general, all you got to do is say what they want to hear, and they will adjust their life accordingly. Talk about selling a massive dream. The trend seems to exist because the average age of menopause has been steadily increasing worldwide, in turn boosting the reproductive lifespan and potentially making it easier for women in their mid to late 30s and beyond to conceive. Not to mention all of the potential birth defects that would come. But as we all know, women in general are very selfish. As long as they can get that positive attention for having a child, that's all they care about. In recent years, the U.S. birth rate has declined. No, it has straight up nosedived. There's no decline. See, a decline would be gradual. No, the birth rate has fallen off a cliff. Though the global population is still increasing. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention notes that birth rates for U.S. women in their 20s has continually declined. Laura Lindbergh, a reproductive data tracker for the Guttmacher Institute, recently told CBS News that parenting trends have shown a quote-unquote shift to starting families later in life. In that shift comes more education, career, and employment. So it's a reordering of how women engage in adulthood. Even though they try to be gender neutral and say people, it's women. The data shows that birth rates for women in their 30s and 40s continue to rise, seemingly signaling that plenty of us have babies on the brain later in life than ever before. I.e., shout out to Coach Greg Adams, women in that age group are doing what? They are praying, menacing the men that knock them up. Baby rabies on full steroids. As for an increase in the reproductive lifespan, the researchers found a 1-2 punch of both later averages of menopause from 48.4 to 49 and an earlier average age of first periods from 13.5 to 12.7. Board-certified gynecologist Dr. Jennifer Ashton told ABC News that keeping an eye on those trends is always important and could have a ripple effect on women's health overall. She explained that these changes could indicate a slight decrease in cardiovascular disease for women, but could also raise the risk of breast cancer, ovarian cancer, and endometrial cancer, also known as hormonal response cancers. The longer the body produces reproductive hormones means an increased risk of those cancers, explained Dr. Ashton. Wow! You see, ladies, everything in life is about a trade-off and a transaction. Okay, so let's just say your reproductive life is actually extended. Guess what? odds are you're at a greater risk for getting cancer. I don't know, but guess what? I'm not a woman, so I can't understand these things. Anyway, and yes, you probably don't need research to tell you that the longer you have your period, the longer you experience the mood swings, cramping, fatigue, and other menstrual side effects, which could also mean a longer transition into menopause, which might include irregular bleeding, changes in sleep patterns, and hot flashes. As with any gynecologic or reproductive concern, it's never a bad idea to check in with your doctor to make sure you're on the right track, health-wise. But you might also breathe a bit easier knowing that you have likely more time and options on your side. Wow! Just wow. As I stated before, this is snake oil of the highest quality. This is the best dream that a woman could be sold in today's day and age. But, how many women have frozen their eggs? So many women have decided to freeze their eggs so they could focus on their career and wait for that perfect man to just fall into their life. Ladies, understand this. I'm about to use a huge oxymoron when I say this. You can have the highest quality frozen eggs. Yeah, fresh frozen, serious oxymoron. But anyway, you can have the best frozen fresh eggs and the highest quality, sperm. You can have the best ingredients possible. But what happens if your womb is like Afghanistan, just bombed out and depleted? You will not bake that cake, nor will you have that child. Just saying. I'll just put this in layman's terms. You can have the freshest ingredients, but if the oven is broken, you're not going to get that cake. So many women, when you ask them, well, what happens if you can't conceive? What happens if the IVF doesn't take? Oh, I'll just have a surrogate. So you're willing to risk putting your egg into another woman and that child not looking like you. But let's just go ahead and pull back. That's not our concern. Now, what is this all about, gentlemen? If they want to say that women's reproductive life has been extended, it's all about getting more work out of these women. Oh, yeah. See, these women are going to take this and say, guess what? I can put off trying to have children even further. So that gives me, what? 2 more years to ride the carousel and focus on my career. You can't make this shit up, gentlemen. You can't. But, as usual, I have a very keen ability to make out the silver lining in any situation. Ladies, it does not matter if your reproductive years are pushed out to 45. Men of today have been woken up by the blatantly misandric laws that are levied against us when it comes to children. You may want children. Your body's going to say, oh, we need to have a child. Baby rabies is going to be on full alert. But guess what? Odds are you're not going to find a willing participant on the male side. Because, as I stated before, men are not trying to be stuck in baby jail for 18 to 21. And with Utah and the whole prenatal child support thing, nope, nope, nope. Men are protecting their seed at all costs. So yeah, y'all can see this as hope for the future, but guess what? Men have already decided to plan for the future. So yeah, y'all can have this dream sold to you, but men, we're in reality, and we know the cost that's going to come for recklessly giving the wrong woman our seed. And in this current society, in this current environment, all women are the wrong women. Just saying. Well, read the article. Let me know what you guys think. Did you guys get a good chuckle out of this? Because I surely did. And ladies, the power will eventually go out. Feminism and this dream of extending your fertility will go out right along with it, because it does not matter how long, quote unquote, society says you can extend your reproductive life, that wall will still come. And guess what? Reality is going to still come and kick you square in the ovaries. That's all I got to say for this one. RPM, I am